video I wanted to share with you. I do have an apron on today. For me, pretty much when I wear an apron, it means I'm going to be baking. So if you like cooking, baking, all those things that happen in the kitchen, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. The first thing I'm going to say about baking is that you want a good recipe. Personally, I do not go to Pinterest when I go to baking. Baking is where you put everything together, you put it in the oven, and you just hope it comes out. So Pinterest can lead you astray way too many times. So go to some tried and true. I have a couple cookbooks here. This Joy of Cooking cookbook, I don't know if you could tell how well loved it has been. I got this, I think, for my wedding shower, pretty sure. Over 20 years ago, it's been used. I have things marked in here that we've used over and over and over again. Rice pudding, this is the recipe I go to every time. I open it up, relook at it, and do the rice pudding out of here. So, you want a real cookbook that has been stand the test of time. These recipes in a cookbook have been tested and verified that the measurements are right. They didn't leave anything out. They're not accidentally typing and something got missed. So go to a tried and true, and look what I just found. Yesterday I was shopping at a resale shop. I mentioned this in an earlier episode, and I've been looking for this. My mom's Betty Crocker cookbook. Look at how exciting this is. $2. I was so happy. So this, again, it's a tried and true. It's Betty Crocker. The cakes, cookies, anything you're going to bake in the oven is going to have the right amounts, ratios, proportions, things like that. And today I am cooking Alton Brown's cookie recipe. He posted on his website, so I will go ahead and link it below. I always, same thing, like even if you scroll Pinterest, it will say Alton Brown's. Go to his actual website, go to the source and get it so you're not missing anything. The next thing I want to tell you about baking is make sure that you read the recipe and then read the recipe again. Read the whole recipe. Baking sometimes, like for today, I'm baking these cookies and I'm taking them to an event and I need them today. Sometimes cookies, especially, will have you put things in the freezer. Oh, chill for 2 hours. They're not going to come out the same if you don't chill them. You could try, sometimes they do, but sometimes they just don't. So make sure you read the whole recipe, make sure you have everything, and this is where you really do need to measure. So let's get into baking these cookies and see how they turn out. Okay, first step in the recipe, I'm gonna go against my own. So the first step in the recipe says to sift together the flour, salt, and baking soda, but I'm not gonna sift those things together. I'm just gonna put them in when they're ready. And then in a separate bowl, you wanna combine the eggs, milk, and vanilla. So it calls for 1 egg. You want these things room temperature, which they've been out for a little bit here, so I think they'll be okay. It's 1 egg, 1/4 cup whole milk, and 1.5 teaspoons vanilla. I decided to go with 2% milk instead of whole milk. We don't drink whole milk, and so I decided it's such a small amount, we will make do with this. And 1.5 teaspoons vanilla. Go with the real vanilla. Don't skimp out on the artificial. The real vanilla is the way to go. It is more pricey, 1.5, but it is worth it. I'm gonna mix this up. And I'm gonna set that aside. And then in this bowl, you are going to, it says to use a stand mixer. I do not have a stand mixer, so I'm gonna use a little hand mixer. You need 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup, and it's nice and soft. You can see here, I did remember to get this out this morning, so it's really nice and soft. And you're gonna mix in the sugars. I am making, he has 3 different chocolate chip cookie recipes on his website. This one is called thin, and that is my preferred way of eating my chocolate chip cookies. 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. On his website, he says it's this sugar ratio that makes them like that. So I'm using a 1/2 cup measurement, so it's 2 of the regular white sugar. And 1, I happen to have dark brown sugar. We had a different recipe, so we will go with it. There we go. So you're gonna start off with it on low, and then you want it to get nice and fluffy. Alright, and then it says to go back to low, and you're going to add in your egg and milk mixture here. All right, now I am going to be adding the flour, salt, and baking soda. This calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour. So my flour has like settled down in the bottom of my containers, so you want to fluff it up. You can, it's low enough, I do this. You can kind of pick it up with the scoop, but you don't want your flour to be packed. So we're doing 2 1/4 cups. There's 1 cup. Two cups. And I'm gonna use a spoon now because you don't want to make a mess. Oh, and the baking soda and the salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So this is a chocolate chip cookie, which I have plenty of chocolate chips, but I am going to make it an M&M cookie. So it calls for 2 cups of chocolate chips. I'm going to do 1 1/2 cups of M&Ms and the last 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. I don't know, I just like the M&Ms. I find them to be fun. A little better than just a regular chocolate chip cookie. So I have a 1/2 cup scoop, so I'm going to do 3 M&M, which actually, I'll tell you, is this whole bag, so that works out good. This is a 10-ounce sharing size 10-ounce bag, so it would be this whole bag plus 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. Just look how fun that looks. Much better than just a plain old chocolate chip cookie. Now you want to bake these on a parchment lined cookie sheet, which is what I have here, some parchment paper on the cookie sheet, at 375. On his website, he says he uses the number 20 cookie scoop. That's this one with the gray handle. If you can see how much bigger it is. This is the traditional cookie scoop. And this one, I had to look it up online, but this one even says it right on it. The 3 tablespoon, that's the number 20. I think those are actual like baker's measurements. which I'm not like a baker like that, so I don't know. So I had to look it up. So this is about half the size, and so these are big cookie scoops. I agree. I like a big cookie. The total bake time says 13 to 15. Obviously, you know your oven and how long it will take. Always check them. Like I'm gonna check them at the 10-minute mark just to make sure they, do they need 3 more minutes, and then keep checking them as they go. I will show you what they look like when they come out of the oven. Okay, we're at the 13-minute mark. I think they look perfect. I have a rack ready here. This other one. So if you have this cookie sheet, this is what's best. It gives a little bit of airflow underneath, and you can take them right off of here. Got those beautiful browned edges. Oh my gosh, they look so good. And I just love the M&Ms than just a straight chocolate chip cookie. Just looks like fun. Taking them to an event, a party, it's a good time. If you want to get real special, which we've done before, is for graduation parties, use just the M&M colors that they're going to. We did, my daughter did a Super Bowl party, and she did some cookies with each team's colors. You could choose who you're rooting for, or I don't care, I just like cookies, I'm eating them. Oh, they look perfect. Gotta let them cool, the hardest part, before digging in. But there you go. I hope you try this recipe. Thanks so much for watching.